We've been looking at new launches this year, and finally, we managed to secure a unit at Emerald of Katong, which turns out to be the best launch of 2024. Over the weekend launch last week, it sold 99%. That's a record for a mega project with 846 units. I'd like to share more details on the how and why we bought Emerald of Katong. It might be useful for potential home buyers. First thing first, technically, I didn't buy the unit because it's bought entirely under my wife's name. Not only that I'm not a buyer, actually I sold her the unit. That's because I'm a property agent and she's my first and dearest client. I even earned a commission with this sale. Incidentally, she booked the unit on our 10th wedding anniversary. So kind of a present for me in terms of the commission I get to earn and a D15 lifestyle in time to come. Let me share a bit more on our property journey. In 2020, I purchased a resale condo, which is this condo right here, for 1.5 million. And it was at this point that we made the decision to decouple. The plan was for my wife to purchase another condo for investment and probably rent it out. Along the way, I decided I might as well go get a property agent license so as to transact myself and earn that commission too. It was a long wait, and finally I got it in early 2024. We actually viewed quite a few resale from Skyview till newly MOP ECs, but as I do my calculation, I think new launch will be a better buy, largely because of progressive payment and the downward change of interest rate. We kind of lowball some resale, but no one was willing to sell low. In other words, it's quite a seller market. On the other hand, new launch actually is still reasonably priced. There are still many balanced units and with some good launches in 2024. We have queue numbers for Lentor Mansion, Norwood Grand, Trang Park, and finally Emerald of Katong. If you know, all these are actually, all four of them are the best launches in 2024, with at least 70% sold on booking days for each of them. I don't want to go into the details. I might talk about each of them in a separate video, but in short, it is either our queue number is bad or the actual pricing is bad. For example, like Trang Park, it's like a sly wolf that launched far from their indicative guide price. Another factor is that I decided we should move into the new condo instead of rental, partly because we have never moved into a brand new condo before. And who doesn't love a brand new, right? I also wanted a more central location, a more central district so that my children can go to their future schools more conveniently. Norwood Grand was out because it will be even further than Yishun. Trang Park will be fantastic, just beside MRT. If not for their pricing and plus Kingsford, they are not exactly very reliable. On the other hand, Emerald of Katong is much more fantastic. They are practical but reliable, developable. And with a mega project in Katong, and the GLS site was bought at a very good price, so they launched at a mouth-watering price, especially compared to their neighbors, the Tembusu Grand. I can't even believe that they didn't increase their price at all during the 2 days of booking. For your info, Trang Park raised their price 4 times in a day. And Emerald of Katong sales actually was much better, 99% sold versus 70% sold in Trang Park. I'm very confident that this project will perform better than most other projects. It is kind of lucky that we didn't manage to buy other projects, but also kudos to me, being a good agent and not pressuring my buyer, okay, my wife. Many buyers are often buying under pressure or FOMO. Trang Park comes to mind because I myself, I gave up quickly after seeing their prices. Yet, many other people, they are like 2,800 checks. Many people are still buying. It don't make sense to buy Trang Park at, for example, a 3-bedroom at 2,608 PSF when Emerald of Katong is a more sought after D15. They launch at 2,300 plus. Okay, but not to deny there are some people who are willing to pay premium, but they are rare, and likely these people, they have no concern for exit or profitability. But you have an investor mindset, then really don't FOMO. I know it is hard, but you must be well prepared to know you can walk out with other better opportunities. I walk out from Trunk Park because there's EOK next the following week. Even if I didn't manage to secure EOK, Emerald of Katong, there are others down the road, especially early next year. So you just need to have the patience, you have to wait. I'm also going to admit that I am able to buy Emerald of Katong mostly because I'm an agent and there is an agent purchase, so I got early access before the public booking. The trade-off for early purchase is that I get lower commission. Lastly, I'm going to cover briefly how my wife can afford a 2.5 million purchase under just her name, especially when her income is actually just average. She's a MOE teacher, iron rice bowl, but as you know, there's a finite threshold to her income. Her loan quantum works out to be only $900,000, very much short of the 1.875 million loan needed. And by the way, that is the max 75% LTV. So how do we cover the $1 million shortfall? The trick is to pledge or show fund. Seasoned investor would know this. Pledging is to lock a sum of fund with the bank for 4 years. For my wife's case, that is to lock $400,000. On the other hand, show fund, also known as unpledged, is to show the fund without any lock. But that will be an amount much more. For our purchase, that would be $1.4 million to show fund. You can also mix any proportion between pledge and unpledged. So it can be 50-50. That means like $200,000 pledge and $700,000 unpledged. I shall not reveal which way I went, but basically I helped my wife and we pool our resources. Oh, another good source of fund is SSB, which my wife has $200,000 and can be used to show fund without selling. As for me, only do I sell my shares and crypto, I even prepared to take margin loan. These are advanced techniques which probably I will share another time. While I am just a property noob, I think my knowledge is at a very good level. If you think I could be of use, especially for new launch, feel free to drop me a message. Whatever you do, just don't walk into show flag. Bye bye.